fast and for the highest price possible, or find you your dream home and negotiate the best deal. Leave the selling, buying, or renting of your property to me. Take a strong step, reach out to me today so I can handle all your real estate needs. With our first guest. My first guest here is Barbara Garcia with Vista Agency. Hi.
Hi, Dena. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the invite.
So first, I'd like you to tell me a little bit about yourself and tell everyone a little bit about yourself personally.
So personally, married, have a child, and I've been in the insurance business for over 15, 20 years. Actually, Houston's my home. I consider myself Houstonian, even though I wasn't born here, and I was born in Texas, even though I kind of traveled a little bit. Chicago, lived in Mexico City, Dallas, so we kind of moved around a little bit before settling here in Houston.
So tell me a little bit about Vista Agency and kind of what you do and what services you provide.
Yeah, so at Vista Agency, what we do is that we offer education and advice to our clients so that they can make the best decisions for their family. Not just for their health insurance and their health, but also for them to protect their assets. Because without health insurance, if you have a situation, a catastrophic incident or illness where it's a very lengthy illness, that can really be devastating to somebody financially. Assets like homes or investments can easily be needed to be liquidated to help that person and your family get better.
Absolutely.
So that's what we do. Yeah.
So protecting people from start to finish, you know.
Correct.
Yeah. So what type of services do you provide?
So anything related to health insurance. So we basically help you with, if you're an individual and you need health insurance because you don't have access because you work for yourself, or if you are a small company and you need to provide employee benefits, we can help with that. We also provide for those that are working for a company that don't have access to health insurance. And lastly, anything related to Medicare. So if you happen to be or your parents are going to be in the Medicare realm and you need to understand those options, whether you're working or retiring, because even if you work, you've got to really consider some options there because there could be some penalties for not enrolling on a timely basis. That's where we can help out.
Okay, yeah, because I think always open enrollment and waiting until open enrollment and things like that, it's just kind of, and then you have to do crunch time, like, okay, we've got to do this, we're going to do it now, you know, and there's only that. What's the purpose of just having that one time frame for people to enroll?
That's a great question. So a lot of people don't realize that, like any other type of health insurance, any type of other insurance, cars, homes, you should buy before you crash. You have to buy before the house burns down. Well, the same situation with health. You need to buy the insurance when your open enrollment is. If you are in a company, you typically have one time a year where you review the options, you view them, see which are the best fit for you and your family, and you enroll. And that is the decision you make once a year. And now as individuals, when we're doing on exchange or when we buy our own insurance, that's the same thing. And that's to avoid fraud. So let's say you don't buy insurance and then all of a sudden you get diagnosed with the cancer, you want to go buy it, they're not going to let you do that at that point, right? Yeah. So you have to have it. Make sure you look at your open enrollment periods, whether you work for a company or whether you're on your own.
And it's usually all around the same time, right? Most companies all do it at the same time. You know.
A lot of companies do. So it's basically we have companies that look at and strategy and budget it at the beginning of the year. So the fourth quarter for us that do health insurance is really busy. We tend to work with individuals. Medicare also renews in the fourth quarter, and a lot of companies end up doing their renewals in December or January. So you're completely correct. The majority of the companies, as well as individuals, have to look at their options sometime between October and January 1st.
Yeah, I always find that really interesting that it's kind of always at the end of the year, and you know that's the only time you can make any decisions or make any changes to your insurance carriers.
Correct, which it's kind of weird because that is also the holiday season, right? So here in the United States, here in Houston, we have to look at November and December, and there's a lot of parties and a lot of things going on, which is great, but you also have to think about what's going on financially what's, your enrollment periods. It's a great time to review your financial status, what's going on, update things like beneficiaries and things like that on policies as well.
Yeah, it's good. You kind of like focus on the end of the year there and figure out how you're going to start fresh the new year and everything. Put it all together.
Correct.
So have you seen any changes, that has happened maybe since COVID or, maybe even before COVID? What are some recent changes in insurance? Health insurance.
Yeah, so COVID did definitely add some changes and some mix to it, mainly because a lot of people lost their jobs, so they lost access to group insurance. With this new administration, they did make some major changes to the formula. So for folks that buy their insurance on their own, you don't have somebody like an employer to help contribute. So now we have what's called the Affordable Care Act. You may qualify for a premium tax credit. And basically, depending on the formula, you can maybe obtain anywhere from a couple hundred, a couple $10s, $20s, $30 up to thousands of dollars to help you buy your insurance. So I do have the whole gamut with clients. Last year, there was certain cliffs. So if you made a certain dollar amount, you just dropped. You got nothing. You went from receiving $400 or $500 to getting nothing. It didn't slowly dwindle down after a specific amount. And now, this changes with the American Rescue Plan. That's changed. The formulas have changed. I have had families that used to get no help because they were a family of 4 in their 40s, making $120,000. They didn't get any help. Now I have that same family, because of these changes with the American Rescue Plan, getting $500 a month to help towards that insurance. That's really helpful in these times.
Absolutely, absolutely. So those are people that are employed, but their employer's not providing.
Either they're self-employed or they're employed for a company that doesn't provide insurance. That would be the people that would qualify for something like this, correct?
Can you give some estimates on some costs? I know, that it's all over the place depending on how much you make and what you do and all that, but just maybe some examples. Or...
It can be. I think the biggest changes this year that a lot of people may not be aware of is, like I mentioned, so families that have made a certain dollar amount higher should take a look at this again. Why? Because now they could qualify, kind of like the example I gave you. The other area is 60-year-olds, 55-year-olds. Those folks, again, there used to be this cliff. And there used to be a point where if you were 60-year-old making $45,000 or $46,000, you went from getting $500 a month to not getting any at all. Now that's changed as well. So now you have folks helping them out. So in their 60s, you can probably, it depends on income. So if you're in your 60s and making about $45,000, you can probably pay about $250 for your insurance on the low side. Might be a little more depending on the selections of options that you have. So relatively affordable, right? Where in the past, that same person was probably needing to pay $800 out of pocket. So yeah, so it's a lot more affordable right now, and that's going to last this year and next for sure, because that's what we have in place today, and we'll see what happens next year as far as them extending it any further.
So what alternatives are there out there if you're not going to receive some kind of tax credits?
Yeah, so even the group insurance, when you're in a company, that family cost can be really high. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's economical for the employee to go into their company plan, but not their family. And so we have options available for that. We can take a look at. A lot of folks don't like catastrophic or bronze. They think that they don't have a lot of coverage. But there's really, that to me is, I always tell people, you don't buy health insurance to help pay the day-to-day cost, right?
People that say they don't go to the doctor that often or something like that. Correct.
So, you're like, okay, I'm paying $300, $400 a month. Well, you're not paying that to help you pay your doctor bills. You're paying that if you pay that amount or $100 or even more, because what happens if you're in the hospital for 3 weeks? What's that bill going to look like, right? Or can you even stay in the hospital for 3 weeks if you don't have health insurance, right? Or pay up front a certain dollar amount. So that's where you really buy health insurance. And that's where you see the value of having paid $200 a month or $400 a month for that insurance. Because they're going to end up paying $250,000, $500,000, God forbid, $1 million in 1 year for your health care, right? And that's where we don't have that flexibility to do that ourselves, and that's why we transpose that risk when we're, buying health insurance. So that's the reason why you purchase it. So we can look at a bronze plan and maybe do something where we tie it together with either telemedicine or a direct primary care clinic, where you can get a lot of the day-to-day stuff taken care of very economically, and now you have this bronze plan to take care of catastrophic major illnesses that if you need to come up with $5,000 or $8,000, there's a way to do that, right?
Okay.
Your savings, you know, you can do a lot of things to come up with that. If you don't have that in the bank, it's a lot more difficult to come up with $250,000.
Absolutely. And that can be devastating to your family, you know, to anybody else. I mean, I know all different types of insurance. It's there to ensure your almost quality of life, you know. I mean, yes, you feel, but, you know, have you spent $60 on a dinner or something where, you know, you could spend $60 a month and protect yourself, where, you know, you probably spend that on a daily basis, if not at least a weekly basis on dinner. So to spend that monthly to protect yourself, I would say is pretty important.
Protect your family's health, right? Your husband or your child gets sick, you're going to do what you need to do to make sure that that person gets that care, and to protect those assets that you've accumulated, whether it be real estate, whether it be investments, you know, 401k money or savings in your bank account. So that's what you're protecting. You're protecting your family's health, your safety at night, right? That you can sleep at night thinking, wow, if something happens, I've got this in place. And then lastly, the assets that you've
Say we come
accumulated.
after your 401k or something like that. I mean,
Well, I mean,
you have to tap it out to pay for
if
things.
you know, the emergency room is available there for you if it's an emergency and they can take care of it, a heart attack. But if you're diagnosed with the cancer, they're not going to give you those treatments, right? You're going to have to find a hospital to help you with chemotherapy, with all sorts of treatments, and those are really pricey. And that's where the ticket items can get really high. And that's not something the emergency room is going to help you with. So if you have a child, if you have a teenager that's come down with something, and that's not something that it can be taken care of in emergency where they patch you up, but it requires this kind of therapy or these surgeries, then that's going to probably come out of your pocket one way or another, whether it's through the insurance or if you need to liquidate assets because you didn't have it.
And you, as a broker, basically, you can kind of tap into different companies and use different types of insurance that other providers offer, correct? So you basically can go in and find the best fit for somebody, you know, the most affordable, whether it, you know, more coverage or less coverage or any of that kind of stuff, correct?
Yeah, so that's probably the biggest tip I can give somebody. You know, we're here available for those folks here in Houston and in Texas, but if you're needing to get a professional to help you, is look for an independent agent. Why? Because they're not working for the companies. I have access to all the major companies. I can go out and contract with new companies that are coming into the market. My job is to help you as an individual. I don't care which company you pick and choose at the end of the day. I'm going to educate you, provide you information, as much or as little that you need to make those best decisions. But at the end of the day, which company you choose that makes the best sense for you, I'm okay with any of those decisions. So to me, that's better than the captive agents, the people that only work for Blue Cross Blue Shield or only work for one company. Then now I find that hard that they're going to give you the best advice for you at that point.
Absolutely.
They're just wanting you to buy their one product that they have.
And that's sometimes, I think, when you're going to like any kind of financial planners or any of these kind of things, like when you just go directly to the bank or something like that. Nothing against banks, you know, but
Correct.
You know, they're only going to be shopping or providing you stuff for that bank, you know, whereas you can go to a broker once again and they can, you know, provide you, you know, let's say interest rates or something from multiple companies and pick the best one that suits your needs.
Correct.
So I think same thing with health insurance, because you can piece it together, correct, from different, you know, companies and things like that. So you don't have to buy like everything Blue Cross Blue Shield. You know, you can take it from different.
So, you know, one of the things that as an individual agent is we have to get creative. How are we going to help our client? When you have an agent that is trying to help the client and not necessarily sell one particular product or 2 or 3 different products, what happens is you help get them created. If I can't find something for you within your budget or because of the parameters you're giving me, then what I do is provide you resources where you might be able to find some additional help. The idea is to help you fill that gap, even if it's not 100%. And sometimes we do what you said. So maybe we have a catastrophic bronze plan. And again, we tie it up with a direct primary care or a specific clinic or this that might help you with all the other needs that you might have that are day-to-day versus Blue Cross Blue Shield that may not help you with those day-to-day costs. So that's kind of how we do it.
Awesome. Anything else you want to provide, you know, as far as information for people that they might need to know?
So it is unusual that we have more than one open enrollment period. So 2021 continues to be an unusual year, and with this changes in the administration that happened, in addition to providing more resources, they're providing more resources in general. So take a look at that. Second of all, folks that have had unemployment this year that received unemployment are going to get the best possible premium tax credit. They could have. So they're not taking in consideration their income that they're making. They're just going to give them the best possible credit subsidy that they might get. And then lastly, we have an open enrollment. So if you don't like the company you're in right now and you buy your insurance on your own, we have the ability to change. You have the ability to go from bronze to gold, go from Blue Cross to another company, or whichever company you want to go. So there's a lot of flexibility right now, and typically we don't have that.
So open enrollment all year long?
Not all year.
Okay.
We have it. We
Hold
started
on.
it not all year, but we have it until August 15th. So
Okay,
if you
great.
buy your health insurance on your own and you're not happy with your plan, we can make changes. And then we're going back to an open enrollment again come
Yeah,
November
so
15th.
Through
So-
August 15th, and then you're going to be right back into it again.
Correct. So those are some of the changes that I think a lot of people aren't aware of yet. So give us a call and we'll be more than happy to provide you that info.
Great. Thanks, Barbara, for coming on the show. Why don't you provide everyone the information how they can get a hold of you?
Oh, well, thank you. So you can reach out to me, Barbara, at vistaagency.com. Our website is www.vistaagency.com. And lastly, 713-893-0324 is our phone number where you can reach us at.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you
Again,
for
I
the
appreciate it.
opportunity.
We'll be right back with our next guest.
Unexpected medical costs from illness or an accident will add mental and financial stress to you and your loved ones that can last for years if you don't have the right coverage. That is why it's critical to get guidance and expertise when it comes to choosing health insurance. I'm Barbara Garcia with Vista Agency. My goal and passion is to help business owners, big or small, families, and self-employed individuals pick the optimal coverage for their current and future needs at the right cost. I will simplify the process, narrow your options, and answer all of your questions, not just when choosing your plan, but during the year when you may have a need for the plan. Wouldn't it be nice to have another number besides the number on the back of your insurance card to call on? As an independent agency, we make sure to compare policies and prices to get you the right balance between coverage, deductibles, and benefits. In addition, we can add plans such as dental or vision, or add other supplemental policies. Make sure health insurance cost does not put you and your family in financial and emotional hardship. Call me today for a free, no obligation consultation.
Hi, I'm Karina Rodriguez, President of Exfinia Financial Services. Let me ask you a few questions. How prepared are you to reach your financial goals? To pay for your kids' education, to buy a house or start a business? Do you know how much money you will need for retirement? Do you have a plan that will allow you to live peacefully after retirement and later in life? Are you prepared to face unexpected situations, such as a chronic illness, an accident, or an untimely death? How will your family be protected? At Exfinia Financial Services, our mission is to help you answer these questions and to design a financial plan that covers all the areas that are relevant to your family or your business. Most importantly, a plan that gives you peace. Some of our services include a detailed assessment of your current financial situation, creating a plan for establishing an emergency fund and protection, debt management, tax optimization, as well as estate planning. Some of our financial strategies protect your capital against drops in the financial markets while benefiting when the market rises. We offer these services at no cost to you. Take control of your financial well-being. Contact us and we will be happy to assist you, whether you live in the US or abroad, regardless of your migratory status. Let us be part of your financial success and stability.
What is so special about sleeping? It boosts your mental health. It's critical for your immune system, weight management, and fertility, amongst other important aspects of your health. Most people do not know the average person spends a third of their life on a mattress. A hard reality is some people spend roughly 7 years of their lives tossing and turning because their mattress needs replacing, or it's just a low quality mattress, which in turn leads to multiple spine issues and other health problems. Hi, I'm John McCarty with Mattress Firm. Having the exact mattress for you is critical for your overall well-being, and my goal is to help you find the exact mattress that'll increase your quality of life and your loved ones and have a restful night's sleep. Call me at 832-815-8482. I'd love to help.
Everyone, I'm back with Chelsea Pettis with Pettis CPA. How are you today?
I'm good, Dena. How are you?
Good, good. So I always like to start with, tell me a little bit about yourself personally,
Personally, I'm from Houston and currently have a CPA firm in Houston with my husband, who is a CPA. And we operate our CPA firm out of our garage apartment behind our home in the Houston Heights area of Houston. So that's pretty much what we do, and we've had this business since about September of 2020.
It's awesome. I guess it's really cool that you already had the garage apartment.
Yes.
So when y'all decided to just open your own business, because I believe Trent has had the business before.
He had a business before,
and
yes,
then,
yeah. And then sold that one in another state, and then moved a few times. And kind of whenever COVID happened, we kind of started talking about, since we met at work, kind of getting back to being our own bosses again. So, we put the wheels into motion August, September. So
Awesome. So tell me about the services you guys provide.
we provide anything from tax, consulting, bookkeeping for individuals, businesses, pretty much the full gamut of what you would pretty much go to for a CPA.
Okay. And how much is your work on taxes versus consulting?
Taxes, definitely most of our business. I would say anywhere from 70 to 75%. And then the rest is broken up between consulting and audits and reviews. But a lot of those reviews that we do are with some business clients we already do their business returns for. Okay. So it's kind of a full service business for those clients.
Awesome. So tell my guests and everyone that's watching why it's important to hire a CPA for either yourself or for your business.
I truly believe it's very important to hire a CPA because there's so much about finances and the tax law that people just don't know about. And a CPA is always going to be up to date on that, looking out for you, looking out for your business, trying to do their best job possible to make sure you are saving the most money of your taxes paid, or to tell a business like what time of year should I make a large equipment purchase, or for an individual, you get a larger tax write-off if your car weighs over 6,000 pounds, and if you have an LLC business. So just things like that are very important for tax planning, and so that's why and even any questions you ever have throughout the year, pick up and call them on the phone if you're wanting to buy a home or make another kind of purchase, or sell something. We get a lot of questions about estates. With estates comes real estate or things like that, in order to know the best tax implications for them to plan for that.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things like
Yes.
the 6,000. Who would know
Yes.
that?
Yes.
And if you're putting it in an HR
Yeah.
block or something
Yes.
very basic, they're not going to give you all those like little tidbits of information. I've heard even with small businesses that it's really good to when you do create the LLC, to maybe even pay yourself, like have payroll. Is that something that's good, or?
That would be, would pay yourself payroll if you were setting up like an S Corp. If you're electing to be an S Corp corporation, which you can elect to be taxed as a partnership. But with LLCs, basically you kind of have, it's like a sole proprietor type business.
Okay.
And so you kind of have all your money running through your business account, and then you pay yourself as you see fit, because you want to have everything separate: personal checking, personal credit card, business personal checking, business personal credit card.
Awesome.
So.
Are there any particular businesses that you focus on or concentrate on?
Right now, we have quite a few construction clients, anywhere from general contractors to manufacturers. Actually, we have a pretty big manufacturing client and then a healthcare one. But we are definitely growing, so definitely not opposed to any kind of business to bring on.
What is kind of what is your strategy of your business?
Client service is number one. Getting back to your clients when they have questions or whenever they give you documents, making sure there's a quick turnaround for them, for you. Also, just, a CPA takes a very high standard of ethics. So you want to make sure that you have a very ethical CPA, and that is very important. So those are, I would say, the client service and the ethics are definitely the two most important things we operate on.
Okay. How would you vet people for, their ethics, I guess, necessarily? What would be a red flag that maybe someone would?
Well, in a business like this, since it's service-based, a lot of it is word of mouth. And so that's, always, but, you can't please everybody. And that's one thing I think we've all learned that in life. But I guess vetting, is just, knowing their background. And I just feel like, with when you hire anybody, you just get a feeling about somebody. Absolutely. And, taxes are pretty personal. It's you know things about people.
Yes.
And from questions to their personal life to their professional life. So.
You know exactly how much is in their bank,
Or, if, dependents and all that information. So, it is, I truly, you want to talk to them and get to know them and just make sure you are comfortable. I truly believe in gut feelings as well. For that kind of decision.
Absolutely.
So.
Okay. And, what are some clients that maybe, are there any kind of clients that you don't service?
I would say that we've never, if anyone wants to wanted to set up a phone call or talk to us, I would say probably no.
Okay.
No clients that.
Awesome.
No.
Open to anything.
There's, sometimes we look at people that their previous, accountant or person's done, but it's they didn't know, not everyone's going to know everything. So, but no, I would say
open to anybody.
Open to anybody, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you would advise people to do throughout the year to help prepare, to give you our taxes or whoever, they decide to hire as far as a CPA?
Well, back to if you have your own, make sure, you separate personal and business. Try not to intermingle those at all, because if you are wanting to get deductions on your tax return for your business, we're going to be going through credit card statements, bank statements, and make sure it's only business related. So, what was the rest of the question? Sorry.
Just anything that someone might need to be doing throughout the year
yes,
to prepare themselves.
If you have a big life event happen, call your CPA and inform them about it. Anything from buying a house to starting a business to anything. And so that's it. You want to keep them informed. I know we've had people call us that, I was talking about the state thing earlier, if they have the parent pass away, they have some questions on the tax implications of that. So you definitely want to, usually they call you if they're hey, I don't know how this is going to be handled on my taxes next year, and I want to know if I need to set money aside or budget for something that might have a big tax bill coming up.
Okay. So I guess with that, if someone chooses to hire, your company, and that you offer advice throughout the year.
Yes.
It's not just some one time right around tax time.
Yes, and we operate where if you're a client of ours, it's not, your tax fee is wrapped up in the entire year. If you were to pick up the phone and call us for a 15-minute conversation about a tax question or something going on in your life, we're not going to send you a bill for a 15-minute phone call. So that's kind of the way that we operate our business.
Okay. Who do you all work? Is it just basically Trent, your husband, that works on everything, or do you have a team? Or
right now it's just him and I. I'm a tax accountant as well, and I've done a lot of returns. And we definitely work in a prepare review, which is good. You get two set of eyes seeing your tax returns because you're not going to catch everything.
Absolutely.
So, and bouncing ideas off of each other. So that's who works on it at our office. And we did have a seasonal employee this past year, but It was just seasonal at the time, so maybe, you know, business picks up enough, we can
Yeah.
have another one. So,
I'm sure it's
yeah.
right around tax
Yeah,
time. You
yeah,
kind of
yes.
get like the,
Yes.
okay, full court press. We all
Yeah.
need it. Even with the
Yeah.
extensions, I'm sure
Yes.
everyone waited till last
Oh,
minute.
yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, this extension, you know, it's not April 15th, it's June 15th.
Yes.
So let's just wait another month to get
Yes.
it done.
Yes.
I think I was one of those people. Sorry, you know, but, you know. You also mentioned that y'all also do payroll. So I think we focused a lot on your tax business. What about your payroll services business?
Right now, really, the only payroll client we really have is through like QuickBooks.
Okay.
I've heard really good things, and something I'm kind of looking into through other services other than through like ADP out there that businesses could possibly use called Gusto. So something I've kind of been talking about with a old coworker, boss of mine, of that side. But payroll right now is just, it's probably, I think we only have right now 2 clients that we do that with. So definitely something.
You're looking to grow that side of the business?
Because a lot of people just are not wanting to have a payroll accountant on staff right now. So it's something that definitely can be and has been readily outsourced. But if you don't want to go through like a big company and you want to have more of that, I can pick up the phone and actually call the person that I know is processing it at the time then.
How many employees, like, kind of, would you say, like, as far as yours? I mean, you're probably not going to be like hundreds of employees type company, but what type of companies do you,
I would say
target?
probably anywhere, 50 and below.
Okay.
Mid-size.
Yeah.
So
that it would
Yeah.
make it a little easier
Yeah.
for them to be able. They wouldn't. I mean, I guess if they were bigger than that, they would
Yeah.
probably have someone full time
Yes.
on their staff. But sometimes I think that's something that gets caught on the wayside with the small businesses.
Yes.
Just because.
And payroll, I mean, it is like if you're a corporation, you have quarterly reports that are due. I mean, it is a lot to stay on, and so it's always good to have that person that makes sure that that's getting taken care of. So.
Yeah. And it helps you keep your employees when you're a small
Exactly.
business too.
And then another reason to have a good CPA is, they can find ways to save you money, and you could pay your employees more or hire somebody else and keep our economy chugging that way.
I guess that's not a way to think about it at all.
Yeah.
If you're saving money on your taxes and you have more money
Yes.
for your business to
Yes.
spend on your business, to
Yes.
spend on your marketing, to
Yes.
spend on your health care, to spend on all your other things that could provide services to your employees
Yes.
and things like that. So, is there anything else you'd like to let anyone know about your business?
Not really. Just like I said, we're a fairly new business. It's gone well. We're around almost a year of being in business. And if you need a CPA, even if you're out of Houston, we have a few clients out of state, and it goes well. So with the way technology is today, so please let us know.
Great. How can they get a hold of you?
We have our website, www.pettiscpa.com. My phone number and my email address is on there, so is my husband's on our website, and email definitely is always good, and phone. So I would think so.
Great. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for coming on the show. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Dena.
it. And if you need a CPA, definitely give them a call. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Having a spotless house is critical for your quality of living. Hi, this is Kevin Thury with WashPros.us. At WashPros, we are locally owned and operated, servicing Central Houston, Austin, and Dallas. We are fully insured. We offer annual, semi-annual, and quarterly cleanings. We recognize that needs change and Mother Nature keeps us on our toes. Just know we are happy to help. We use eco-friendly products and a purified water cleaning system for a spotless shine. We service HOAs, the property managers, investment firms, and you, the homeowner. If you're putting your house on the market or have an annual maintenance cleaning schedule, or you're interested in holiday lighting, we are your one-stop shop for all of your exterior cleaning and holiday lighting needs. Call me today for your free on-site quote and let WashPros.us be your clean escape.
My name is Barbara, and I'm the owner of Blades Appraisals and Art Resources. I appraise fine art, antiques, collectibles, and residential contents. My projects have ranged from an autographed Hall of Fame baseball bat to an entire museum's art collection. Here's when you should call me. The top 4 reasons. Number 1, advanced estate planning to minimize your family's tax bite, as well as ensure an equitable settlement between parties after death. 2, I understand the IRS guidelines for donations. I can make sure you get the maximum value for your donation. 3, making sure you have adequate and appropriate insurance coverage. And 4, when you decide to downsize and you want to sell part of your collection, I will help you maximize the value by recommending the appropriate method of sale. Feel free to reach out for a complimentary project estimate. If I can't help you, I will make a recommendation. I truly enjoy my work, and I'd love to hear from you.
Now, more than ever, having accurate and up-to-date bookkeeping is crucial for tax and operating cost optimization. Additionally, having a reliable outside bookkeeping company ensures your books are done correctly, and there is no need for the cost of a full-time accountant. RSM Bookkeeping and Tax Services, founded by veteran Ron Maldonado, can provide different bookkeeping packages to fit your company's needs. Assist with the installation of onboarding of QuickBooks, review your books for tax preparation, assist with the creation and registration of your company and obtaining your company's EIN number with the IRS. Tax services for individuals and businesses, for sales and use tax certificates, filing franchise and sales tax reports. Take a decisive step. Call Ron Maldonado at 281-610-7039 and let RSM Bookkeeping and Tax Services be a part of your success.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance for home, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that guarantees the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4475 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
Comprar, vender o alquilar una propiedad es un paso importante que impactará tu vida y la de tus seres queridos. Está comprobado que tener un agente de bienes raíces con experiencia garantiza un mejor precio al vender, comprar o alquilar una propiedad. Hola, mi nombre es Odilia Conflenti y trabajo con la agente Dena Musfy con Greenwood King Properties. Si quieres comprar, vender o alquilar una propiedad, llámanos. Dena tiene los recursos y la experiencia para navegar tu transacción con facilidad. Al mismo tiempo y cuando sea necesario, Dena puede realizar las evaluaciones del mercado, hacer recomendaciones para renovaciones necesarias para que tu propiedad brille y cualquier otra cosa necesaria para vender tu propiedad lo antes posible. Además, Dena está certificada como Master Negociadora y puede sugerir varias soluciones de financiamiento. El objetivo es vender tu casa rápidamente o encontrarte la casa de tus sueños al mejor precio posible. Déjanos la venta, compra o alquiler de tu propiedad. Da un paso fuerte y déjanos hacer el trabajo para ti.
Hi everyone, I'm back here with Christian Madison with Blueberry Creative. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Dena. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I always like to start, once again, with tell me a little bit about yourself personally, where you come from, what you're doing, who you are.
Sure. Houston, Texas, born and raised. I am a artist and musician, but that translates into being a creative director. Above all, really, art and music is just storytelling. And so what I love to do is tell the stories of businesses. And being in Houston, the most diverse city in the country, what I have the opportunity to do is really a dream job, which is to tell the stories of the most interesting people in the most diverse city in the country. So as the creative director of Blueberry Creative, that's what I get to do.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about Blueberry Creative.
Okay, so Blueberry Creative is a digital marketing and creative marketing company. What that means is we work with you to better understand your business and find out how we can connect you to your target audience. And sometimes that's online, but other times we can come up with fun, creative ways to make that happen, whether that's making videos or making graphics, you name it. I really just want to make sure that at the end of the day, you are working in a brand that you love, that you're proud of, and that your audience really resonates with. So that's what we do.
That sounds like you do a lot of things, for people. How did Blueberry Creative get started?
Okay, so my co-founder, Laura Dodds, she's our marketing director, and she was working on her own digital marketing agency for a while. We both left corporate agencies for different but similar reasons. We realized we felt that there was a way to do it that really prioritized our partners and our employees. So when we decided that we had this vision, we saw that we worked well together. We knew each other back in college. I took my branding and design focused agency, and she took her digital marketing and design focused agency and brought them together. And that's how Blueberry came to be.
How did y'all come up with the name?
Okay, so I came up with the name after a long process. It's hard to brand a branding agency because you really got to nail it, right? Because it's the first thing people are going to see. If you have a bad name, then people won't hire you. And I realized that when it comes to a branding and marketing agency, what people really care about is your work and what you do. And so if you want to have good work, you have to love what you do, which means I wanted a name that meant something personal to me. And so I love blueberries, the fruit, which would be weird if I didn't at this point. But it's because in all of my really good memories, my girlfriend would give me a bowl of blueberries. And so it just really means a lot to me. The second reason is, you know the BlackBerry? The old PDA, the phone. Mm-hmm. So the marketing that went into creating the BlackBerry, they spent millions and millions of dollars to come up with that name. And the reason why is because they realized that email and the concept of putting email in your pocket was really stressful to people. Remember, there was a time when that didn't happen, and it was a simpler time. And so they realized that that concept stressed people out, so they were trying to find things that didn't stress people out for a name. Putting mail in the name was bad. Well, marketing can sometimes stress people out. It's a thing that people either don't understand or often they've had a bad experience with it. And so I wanted something that really lowered people's blood pressure. So they spent millions of dollars to try and come up with a name for the BlackBerry. They came up with strawberry. It's really hard to say when put on a thing, so they changed it to BlackBerry. So I thought, well, blueberry is pretty close and it, is relaxing to people. So I want marketing to be fresh and enjoyable for people in their business.
Yeah, and blueberries are good and healthy and
Yes,
all
they are
that.
full
goes-
of antioxidants.
It's a
Yeah.
great little thing.
Yeah.
What do you think really sets Blueberry Creative apart from other marketing agencies?
Yeah, I think that our approach is really, we start from the ground up. So both Laura and I went to school for entrepreneurship. A lot of people, whenever they start marketing agencies, they have a background in design or they have a background in marketing specifically, but we really wanted to learn how do people run businesses and run them well. Because if we are going to be a partner in a business, we need to really understand the industry that they work in, and we really need to understand how they like to run their business. So we have something called a brand discovery process. We talk with our partners and we understand the nuts and bolts of their business, their vision. We really take the time with them to interview everyone in the company that wants to do it. And we really break down who their brand is and who their company is. Something that I always like to say is that you have three brands. You have the brand you think you are, the brand you know you are, and the brand you really are. I'm sorry, the brand you think you are, the brand you say you are, and the brand you really are. It's bad if you have three brands. You need to have one. If you want the people in your team to be a salesperson, they have to understand how to describe you. So what we do, by understanding the business, we help equip everybody in the company to just know the right answer every time. So.
And that's your employees and everybody else kind of understands who you are or who your clients are from.
Right. And you want really your clients to be able to look back and say, man, that business was great. I really liked them. I liked working with them. And they can't do that if they don't know how to describe you, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Personally, I've hired Blueberry Creative to create some branding and do my website and do my social media stuff. So I've firsthand experience and how awesome you guys are.
Thank you.
But kind of tell people, how you can help maybe other real estate agents or even small businesses and how you can relate it to them.
Well, I think that in general, there are a lot of people in real estate in this industry.
There's only 55,000, I think, or something like that, licensed agents.
Something like that. No big deal. Just a small pool of them. And in Houston, with the market the way it is, people are chomping at the bit, getting their licenses and trying to get into it. So I guess I would put that question back on you. How do you set yourself apart in a pool in such a dense industry? And the way you do that is by working with someone who really understands branding and how to really tell your story. You are one of the best realtors in the area, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on your TV show. It's a real thing.
Thank you.
And so partnering with you makes it easy to really show your value because you've expressed that before. It's a lot of work, as I'm sure you know, to do all of this hard work to make your business go well and then have to go and tell that story afterwards. So we're really honored to be able to work with you and to be able to take the great work that you do and put it front and center for everyone. So
got my hands in a lot of different things. So
clearly, yeah. So yeah, and it is a really great testament to be able to be here. Hopefully that means we're doing a good job if you're bringing me on your show.
Absolutely,
So,
I do think they do an amazing job. Really getting together the story. They really took the time for me to actually understand what I was looking for and to understand what my goals were. Because I think everyone can talk about SEO optimization and this and that and all those terms that we don't really know how to do, nor do we have the time to do. So I really appreciated that y'all, took the time to really have those conversations and multiple conversations. And my business has evolved since we've been working together.
Right.
I mean, thus I have a TV show now, so things like that. So I think if you're, wanting to grow your business and really put yourself out there, that, at least contacting a branding team and people that can really help you get your business put together. I think it's really important right at the beginning. It took me a few years to actually see the value in that and actually do it. And I appreciate the fact that I have done it now because now it's moved into other categories of my business. So I really think that's awesome. What is your favorite thing about doing your job?
You actually kind of just said it. My favorite thing about it is getting to see the partners that we work with take their business to the next level. We really understand as business owners ourselves, we understand how much is on the line whenever you have your own business. Your family, their income, their livelihood, all of that is really at play whenever you are working. So all of your business is personal. I really love it whenever we get to tell the success stories and get to see our clients, partners, excited about the direction that their business is going and to be able to be a part of that success story. I also like getting to go and pop in and visit. I just got my hair cut at one of our partners, Fade Barbershop in Edo, represent. And it's just great to be able to see them and see them thrive. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I know COVID has affected everyone's business in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
How has it affected your business?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because it's affected a lot of people. Usually, a gut instinct is for people to pull the ripcord and say, okay, where can I save money? Where can I stop spending money? And just traditionally, people cut marketing first because they're on life support. They want to make sure that they make payroll and all these things. It's actually a pretty disastrous decision because if you stop giving fuel to the fire is going to go out, and then guess what? You can't make payroll anyways. So during COVID, because a lot of people, I say COVID as if it's completely over, during the worst of the quarantine, people were really trying to, we had to work with people, let's just say that. And now that things are starting to come back, we're starting to see people are more excited about reinvesting into their business. They've been on life support so long, now it's time to really start having fun. It's time to start really creating things again instead of just trying to merely survive. So for us, because we thrive when our partners thrive, it's really been great to see people get back into the thick of things, and it's helped us out a lot. We feel a lot for our clients, and we want, I keep saying clients, but really we try to use the word partners, because if your business doesn't succeed, then we don't succeed.
Yeah.
It's a very, very close and intimate relationship that you have to have with your partners. So
Yeah.
when COVID affects other industries, it affects us. And so we've been really proud of being able to stick with our clients and stand by our partners throughout the process.
Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of people starting new brands and starting new
Yeah.
things, and it's like marketing is probably the most important piece. I know everyone, when I'm giving like new agents advice or
Yeah.
something, I'm like, you got to spend money to make money.
Exactly.
So your marketing is super important no matter what business you run.
Yeah.
Being out there and being present and having, your name out there is super important.
Especially with the way the job situation is right now. So many people, either their jobs can't, their places of business can't continue to support them in the way they need. And so more and more people are looking over the fence and thinking, I could do that. I could set this up for myself. And because our background is in forming businesses and how businesses work, I think that gives us a leg up on, you're not just spending money for someone to go make something. You're investing in a partnership that can help give you consult you as you're growing your business. What's the next smart thing to invest your marketing in? So it's been really nice for us to be able to see all of these people excited about a new chapter in their life, whether it was because of COVID or not, and really, bring them forward.
Awesome.
So,
are there any types of businesses out there that you're specifically looking for or targeting?
So we work in all industries.
Okay.
However, personally, I would love to do something related to somebody who makes things. I really like that if they're making, if they're able to support that, because I think it's a very personal,
Creative,
passionate. Yeah. You need to have passion to be able to create something. So that's a wish list dream of mine. Music is near and dear to me. So anybody who's doing music, that's Christian talking.
Okay.
From the business perspective, we are really looking for small to medium-sized businesses that have been able to get by for a while, and they're making payroll and they feel comfortable, and they're really trying to take things to the next level. So that's the type of business we're looking for.
Awesome. So what is something that you've always wanted to do that you haven't done, yet?
Okay. Let's see. I really want to do a billboard.
Okay.
I really want to do a billboard. Just because it in the digital age, making designs that only live on a screen, that don't ever get printed, it's ephemeral, it's there for 10 seconds. If it's on Twitter, it's there for less than 7 seconds in the mind of people's eyes. So building something that just is there and stays there, I think
They're only driving by it, you know, for so long.
someone else
too.
is going to drive by it again,
Okay.
though, you know? And I think that you can't swipe away a billboard. You can't click off of it.
Absolutely.
And even though they can be annoying and they clutter the beautiful skies, the beautiful rainy skies of Houston, I really think that there's something profound about things that actually exist in real life. Because in the digital age, especially during quarantine, we've all gotten really well acquainted with things that come and go and just live on our pocket, in our pocket on our phones or on our screens, and it is just really nice to see something real again.
Yeah.
So.
I think I always tell people it's not just one thing when you're marketing or doing something like that, that it's, you know, I think back in the day it was something like 7 touches to be memorable or something, but now with the digital age, like you're saying, it's like something like 35 touches or something.
Right.
So you have to be doing the mailers, you have to be doing the billboards, the websites, the you know, the emails. I mean, you have to be doing so much to be memorable to people or to stay in front of people, even your past clients, to stay in front of them. Like myself, I mean, it's a referral-based business, right? So it's not just sell the house and leave them, you know, it's sell the house and hopefully stay in front of them and become, you know, part of their lives. You know, second nature. When anyone asks them about real estate, they think about me, or anyone thinks about their digital marketing or anything like that, that they think about Blueberry Creative. Like, oh, well, I've got a great website person, you know, so call them.
I think relationships are the realest thing that we have nowadays. That I guess in a way that's kind of been the case, but they've become more important, is what I'm saying. The level of importance on a true relationship and a referral has changed a lot because we get so many marketing messages. We see so many people trying to sell you something. So for you to be able to say, I know this great person that does great flooring, that means way more than seeing something pop up on a screen.
Absolutely.
So it's funny for somebody who, you know, our business, we do social media, we do emails, we do all of these communications, and they're all very important. But if you don't have a message that matters to people, if you aren't somebody someone wants to work with, you can send all the emails in the world and you're not going to get that repeat customer. So it's important for us to be able to work with people that really understand the value of connection and the value of running an honorable business that's trying to do the right thing. So
awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show and providing that. So if you want that in your life or for your business, definitely give Christian a call. Let him know how they get a hold of you.
All right. If you want to get a hold of us, our website is createwithblue.com. You can also email me at christian@createwithblue or see us on social media at createwithblu.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you again for Now Media TV for having me and providing this platform for me to offer all this information to you guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
A continuación, Tecnocasters, tu tecnología para la vida diaria. Solo por Now Media, Televisión. En vivo desde Houston, la capital espacial, esto es Now Media, Televisión.
Toda la información de la tecnología y los videojuegos llega hasta